Hey guys, this is gonna be my first history video, like evolution of video, so it's probably not gonna be the best, but I'm gonna try my best to make a good one, and I hope you all enjoy it. Let's get right into it. So starting from the beginning, BONEWORKS was probably starting development in around 2017, and the first time I've seen the game that I've found is 2018 in this Node video called like the best VR guns, where you play as Safety Steve, a Saber-like agent, and there's like a robot uprising or something. And this build was probably made in early 2018, maybe 2017. I doubt it, but yeah, probably made in like 2018 somewhere. And something to note is the arms aren't as like thin as the BONEWORKS arms. It kind of goes with like the SLZ art style, like the style for Stress Level 0, like, you know, like the big arms in Duck Season and Hover Junkers, as opposed to like BONEWORKS and Bone Labs thin arms. So yeah, and another thing to note is in this video you can see zombies, and the zombies are wearing headsets that are actually the monogon black and yellow headsets. So yeah, those are from this build. And another thing to note is in this video, you may be able to notice in the corner there the word Test Chamber 02, and this is actually in BONEWORKS. Spoilers, by the way, for the head part. In the ending, there's a giant test chamber that says Test Chamber 02 on the side. So, yeah, so that's where it came from. And yeah, so Safety Steve, as you play as him, is pretty cool. And it was called Hall of the Machine King, or Hot MK for short. And Hot MK's physics were good, but not as good as BONEWORKS. And yeah, the physics were a little wonkier. And in this video in the background, you can see Brandon showing it off to people. And after this, we're gonna now move on to the second video. Okay, so moving on, in the next video, we can see basically, now it's called BONEWORKS in the video title. And important thing to note, this build of BONEWORKS that they're about to show off is not from March when this video came out. It is from a few months before March 2019. And so this build does not sync up with the time they showed this off to them. And they're going to show the redacted chamber. But yeah, the thing is, in this build of the game, there is the redacted chamber. And they're going to show that off in a second here. And it's weird that they added the redacted chamber in a later update. And more things is the redacted chamber's there, and also the BONEWORKS box is there too. And here's the gameplay. Basically, this is at the start. Yep, he's flipping people off. And we're going to go head on over to the setup here, because there's something pretty interesting that appears in Bone Lab too. And yeah, this part's pretty cool. There's the giant Jimmy from Bone Lab in here. So yeah, they were originally going to have that in this game. But yeah, it looks exactly like it does in Bone Lab, actually, pretty much. The face tracking is just a bit weirder. And yeah, this is pretty cool for players of Bone Lab to see that this was originally going to be in BONEWORKS. It might not have been. This might have just been part of the demo. It might have been. But this could have likely been the setup. Who knows? I'm pretty sure that this wasn't meant to be in the final game. I don't really know. This gameplay is from 2019. But yeah, again, no, this build is not from March 2019. It is from before that, but they showed it off in March 2019. Yeah, in the video, you can see him say that, like, this build is not from March 2019. It was built in likely January or February 2019, I'm guessing. And yeah, here you can see the redacted chamber. And it even has the crack in the wall. And that crack in the wall is still in the final game, and you can see this gameplay here. Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much just the redacted chamber. Not much else. But yeah. They definitely swapped out Jimmy for Ford in 2019. And we're just gonna skip on over to something else now. Yeah, another thing to note here is there's gold mags, which are infinite ammo. You take them out, then put them right back in, and they'll just refill all the ammo. And this was before they had the body slots in. It's like they had the body slots in at the time that it was shown off, but this build of the game did not have the body slots. And it does all have the slow-mo and stuff, but like it doesn't have the body slots. Like this is what the game looked like in March, and it was on Steam to wishlist. Yeah, this build of the game is older than March. Dumbbell. Oh yeah, another thing to note here is since this build of the game doesn't have Ford, you can actually see the old zombie is still there. Like the generic zombie with the VR headset on is still here because they didn't have Ford yet. Yeah, here you can see them looking through the crack, and surprisingly, this was actually kept in the final game because I wouldn't expect them to keep this in the final game, but they did because, like, you know, it has Jimmy in there instead of Ford. So yeah, it's weird that crack was kept in the final game. And I'm just gonna move on to the next one real quick. Okay, next we have this build of the game. Now this build, it seems, is way closer to the end. It was April 2019. And one thing to note here, it's the only thing I could really note, is the crablets, the speakers on them look really, really weird. Because, like, they move. And it's just really weird looking. I mean, it looks good and weird. I'm glad they didn't keep it in the final game. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't really care, but I feel like the final game ones are just way better. And yeah, I don't really have much to talk about for this version because it's pretty near the end of the development. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you see this part, I don't know what this part is for. Like, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the Museum of Technical Demonstration Gun Range, but for some reason I feel like it's a bit different. I don't know. You can feel free to comment to see if it's the same as the final build, but for some reason this feels a bit different. But yeah, it looks like this is the Museum of Technical Demonstration, as you can see right here. And this was the old build. Yeah, as we can see, older build of the newer build. Yeah, here's the newer build. I think the gold mag is still there. Yeah, there's still the gold mag, but there's the body slots. So I think they just forgot to remove the gold ones. So that's weird. But yeah, this is pretty near the end of development, so I don't really have anything to say. So I'm just going to say this is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. This was my very first evolution of history video, so I'm sorry that it was bad. It was pretty bad in my opinion, but I mean, some of y'all might find it good. Yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like or a dislike. Subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the middle of 2023. So, yeah, subscribe. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.